Good evening. We are now moving on and proceeding to the fourth of the steps to acquire Torah. So just to repeat, the first one was Talmud. We have to study. Then we said Miyat Ta'ozen, that we have to be attentive listeners. We have to be a very good listener. Number 3 was Arichat Sifatayim, that we need to verbally articulate what we learn, and that makes us understand it and know it obviously much better by having to explain it to another. This evening we're going to discuss the fourth step, and that is called Binat Halev. Binat Halev could be understood as the understanding of the heart, but obviously the heart does not have a brain of its own. Our brain is what has the muscle that we think with. Binat Halev is referred to as intuitive understanding, real deep understanding. And that's how anyone is able to really attain a greater depth of knowledge. It's when you take something and you psychoanalyze it, and you understand it very deep. Anyone who's learned Talmud, and especially Talmud Be'iyun, in great depth, you understand that you're taking one concept and you're slicing it and you're coming with it from many different angles, whether they have halachic ramifications or not. But the deep learning, that is called Binat Halev. That's intuitively learning. When a person gets very deep into something, that is a very good sigula to remember it. If you spent a long time on a certain topic, that's how you'll remember it. If you're doing just quickly passing, not really. When you really spend time, it's like watching someone do something or doing it yourself. When you learn and you spend extra time trying to understand it in its greatest depth, that's how you get a greater facet of understanding it and also remembering it. Similarly, when a person reviews, not just to review or to read and make it lip service from lips out, sometimes whether it's by Tehillim or even Mishnayot or even reviewing the Talmud, a person should articulate it obviously, but understand what they are saying, and all the more so if they've once learned it in depth, very quickly as a review, understanding what they're saying. Binat Halev also has a concept of very strong concentration. When a person is able to get rid of all other interferences, whether it's thoughts of business, thoughts of people, thoughts of work, thoughts of entertainment, children, family, we're not saying to take it and get rid of it. But for that moment, if we want to concentrate very strongly in a very deep way, to just focus in just on that. That's the concept of Binat Halev. We're going into the weekend now with the Hag, so we're going to now explain the fifth and sixth step, which are very similar. The fifth step is Ema, which is referred to as awe, and we'll explain what that means. And the sixth step is Yir'ah, which is more fear and reverence, yet they're very similar, so what's the difference? So let's first explain and understand what Ema is. Ema, awe, means that when we are sitting in front of a sefer and we're learning, or we're listening to a shiur, whether it's live or even on our phones or our computers, that there is a sense of awe that now you are not just learning another topic, another subject matter. Sometimes we get distorted because in school we have different subjects. Well, we have tefillah as a subject, it's a period every day, and then we have Homasha, it's another subject, and we have math, and we have science, and we have history, and there's also twice a week we have Talmud. We think, unfortunately, sometimes Torah and the different subjects in Torah are just maybe another subject. They're another chokhmah, another type of learning. We have to understand that when we approach Torah with this concept of ema, of awe, that it's not just another subject. Chachamim tell us that when we're sitting in front of a Rav, we're sitting in front of a shiur, we're sitting in front of a Torah, whether it's the Torah scroll, or it's a Mishnah, it's a Gemara, it's a Shulchan Aruch, whatever we're sitting in front of, it's as if you are sitting right at the foot of Mount Sinai, Chachamim put it as though. Sitting in front of Mount Sinai and accepting the Torah from God through Moses himself. When we understand that, that means that we're not going to be lying down like this when we're learning, or snoozing, or falling asleep, or dabbling on our phone. We'll really, really be concentrating because it's something very, very special that deserves its awe and its respect. That's ima. Yir'ah, reverence and fear, being the sixth step, is that in a stronger facet. Meaning it's more specific. Some explain it to be the fear of punishment, opposed to just a general concept of awe. Others explain yir'ah as more personal, meaning awe is God towards us. But yir'ah, fear, is more us towards HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Again, it's like two sides of the same coin. Others want to say that awe is something just right now. It's more, as we say, superficial. And yir'ah is something which they're real derivatives and a product of what's going to come out of that situation, and that's more in the future tense. Whichever way we look at it, we understand that when a person comes and approaches Torah as the fifth and sixth level of awe and reverence, that they are going to treat those that they learn from and with, or even those that they teach, with a greater level of honor and respect. From the Sfarim, from the books that they use, they will not be just like any other book, regular books, newspaper, no problem, we could throw them, they drop, we don't kiss them. When a sefer falls, we kiss it. When it's upside down, we put it straight. We don't treat it like another novel or like something else. We have a concept of this is God's wisdom. It's what makes us so unique as the Jewish people, and we treat the whole experience, we'll use it that way, we treat the whole experience of learning Torah in each way, the way we sit, the words we use, the way we speak, what we're learning from, how we're learning, all in a concept of awe and reverence, and that is a great segula to grow higher and higher in the ladder of attaining and acquiring Torah in a much deeper way. Bezrat Hashem, HaKadosh Baruch Hu will help us all grow, climb up this ladder. So over the today we climb the fourth prong of that ladder, fourth step, and over the next 2 days we'll be climbing the fifth and sixth. Bezrat Hashem Yitbarach. Baruch Adonai Le'olam. Amen. Amen.